Beneath the streets of the Big Apple, 96th Street Station on New York's 2nd Avenue subway. The Q line opened just a year ago, and here, in one of the city's newest stations, hundreds are waiting for one of the city's oldest trains. This is the New York Transit Museum's Holiday Nostalgia Train, 8 antique subway cars from the 1930s, which enter the tunnels under Manhattan only a few times per year. During a time of year when New Yorkers are especially nostalgic, the Transit Museum gives riders a little taste of New York's past. Hundreds come out for the affair. They're locals, tourists, photographers, and transit enthusiasts. For the cost of a Metrocard swipe, they're all here to live a piece of history. These cars are model R9s. The train is a mix of cars from different orders throughout the 1930s. That even includes a one-of-a-kind rebuilt car, which was a prototype for these cars' successor, the R10. Built for the IND, the independent subway system, this train is right at home as it switches from the 2nd Avenue subway to the 6th Avenue line. F-train commuters in the right place at the right time just might find themselves stepping into the early 20th century, when strap hangers were actually hanging on straps. All in all, the trains might not seem all that different. That is, until the doors open.
F-train to 63rd, all stops to 63rd!
The MTA crew members don't only call out station stops the old-fashioned way, they handle the outboard door controls between the cars, a practice that dates back to the early days of the subway. Instead of saturating fluorescent lights, riders enjoy ambient light from the exposed incandescent bulbs. They pulse on and off as the train skips over switches, hurtling through the tunnels. No air conditioning here, just open doors, clear story vents, and uncaged metal ceiling fans to keep the air moving. Over their heads, riders will get a sample of New York's history, above ground. Advertisements from different eras have been restored and reproduced by the Transit Museum to give riders a sense of how things have changed, and in some cases, how they haven't. The Nostalgia Train operates on Sundays in December. An equally nostalgic, yet stationary experience is available year-round at the Transit Museum. This solemn exhibition underground in Brooklyn spans the full history of New York's mass transit. For those old enough to remember the 70s and earlier, this ride is a trip to their childhood. For newcomers to the city, it's a window into the past, a chance to relive for an hour what 20th century New Yorkers lived every day. Each car has moved millions in its lifetime. Their unconceited forest green appearance, once a mainstay of city life, is now evocative of a bygone era. The train is a microcosm of decades of New York mass transit. If you can manage to phase out the modern cameras and smartphones, take in the wafting scent of brake dust and tunnel air, the unceasing clack of the wheels as you bump shoulder to shoulder with your fellow strap hangers, you might just travel back in time.